Roxamore Sports Network starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the Roxamore Report. My name is Travis Newton and I'll be your host this evening, taking you through all of the previous week's action from the Roxamore Sports Network. Here, we like to give fans as an interactive experience as possible, so we invite you to follow us on social media and let us know what you think about the report in the comments section. We have a busy week ahead of us, and in the past, a large slate of basketball. We get things started with a pair of tip-off tournaments, and we'll get things started in the women's basketball division with the Woodland Hills Wolverines against the Peters Township Indians in the Baldwin tip-off tournament. Let's get started with those highlights, who are dominated by 6'2" sophomore guard Journey Thompson, who's gotten off to a hot start this season and has already had multiple offers from Division I teams and a 6A state championship in her back pocket. Let's take you to the highlights. Here we see Journey Thompson getting hot from three-point range, but the Wolverines would answer. Strong take by Joy Burley there. Now down to the post, kick out from Burley to Vasquez. That's a three-pointer for the Wolverines as they got turned around in this one. But that's just too easy for someone as good as Journey Thompson on the inbounds play. Once again, the Wolverines working the speed. Joy Burley getting off to a good start on the season. And although Thompson finished in double digits, Peters Township took the defeat to the Woodland Hills Wolverines by a score of 66-55. We'll go now to Coach Vaughn Pitts and what he said after a big performance by the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
With the head coach, Coach Vaughn Pitts. And Coach Vaughn, I know you feel excited, and I know you've been putting in the work here tonight. Coach Vaughn, you have a couple words to say about how your girls has played here tonight.
Absolutely. I'm extremely proud, extremely ecstatic. I mean, lost words, actually. Hard work pays off. The girls have dedicated themselves all summer long. The majority of them playing AAU, but they still committed themselves to my workouts.
And we'll be right back with more of the last week's action here on the Roxamore Report.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community, fundraiser, and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit for Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit for Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit for Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fitforboxingclub.com.
Welcome back to the Roxamore Report. We go from the women's basketball division back to the men's basketball division as the Wolverines got themselves into a tip-off tournament from the Butler tip-off tournament where they took on the Knox High School Knights in their first-round game. Let's show you the highlights from that one.
Now 6 consecutive misses.
The Wolverines got off to a hot start, including a 10-point lead in the first quarter after this big three by Kyer Hainsworth. Look at him celebrating there with his teammates, but then the defense responded for the Knox Knights. The steal, but the block from behind by Jake Scheidt, showing the defensive efforts, and then it was all Scott Frazier for the Knights. Look at the pass there, and then Frazier, off of the missed three, they're gonna get the ball, but quickly turn it over. But first, Frazier coast to coast with the bucket. And then Frazier, once again, he's going to show off the defense with the LeBron-esque chase down block on the defender. And then at the end, it was just too much of the three ball for the Knox Knights as they got off to a hot start and then took it through the third quarter off a dominating 20-point performance by Scott Frazier. So it was tied at 32 at the half, but the Knox Knights would pull through and win the game by a score of 68-50. Coach Verjanik was upset with his team's turnover issues. Let's listen to what he had to say about his young team.
Coach Verjanik, it was a tough fight, but your team didn't have enough. Turnovers were a huge part of the game. How are you going to adjust those going into the rest of the season?
Well, this is a learning experience. You know, first of all, these are all guys that played JVs last year, and we felt very good about where we were at halftime. I thought when we came out in the third quarter, they threw the zone at us, and we lost our aggressiveness on offense. And once again, we didn't move well. We turned the ball over. But this is going to be a learning team in progress.
And Coach Verjanik's right. It is a young team, but there's no one better to be at the helm for this team than Coach Matt Verjanik. This is his second stint coaching with the Woodland Hills Wolverines, and his last was in the 1994-95 season. So he's been coaching for a long time, and what a great guy to have with this young group. So once again, we're going to take it to a quick commercial break and bring you right back to the action. Welcome back to the Roxamore Report. After starting off the season on the road, the Wolverines got to go back home for a doubleheader season opener against the Fox Chapel Foxes. The Foxes had a lot of youth talent and then the senior experience. Let's take you to the highlights from that game. Tatiana Vasquez got it started in the women's division. A nice kick out to the corner for the three, assist by Jasmine Dunn. but Fox Chapel was stroking it from downtown. You see the three there by Dominica Delaney. Delaney, try another one. She will. Gets that bucket to go. And although blowing an early lead, the Wolverines showed some fight. Here's the full court outlet pass and the bucket and the foul for the Wolverines. But in the end, it was just too much of that three ball. Here we see it by Elsie Smith hitting the deep shot. So in the end, Fox Chapel got their first win of the season in the women's basketball division by a score of 70-57. And the three-point shot played a huge role. Dominica Delaney, Gabby Guerrieri, and Elsie Smith scored 16, 14, and 13 respectively to get their team the first win of the season. So we'll go ahead and take another quick break here from the Roxamore Report. Keep your eyes locked on the screen for the rest of today's action.
Pardon me, ma'am. My Sound Wireless Delivery, the Line Edition?
Hello fans and welcome back to the Roxamore Report. Like I mentioned, it was a home opening doubleheader for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, so after the completion of the women's game, we sent it straight into the men's game where they took on the Fox Chapel men's team, who had a lot of youth talent and also had some senior leadership, and they could all shoot it from three, the whole roster. So let's take you to the highlights from that one. Getting things started, hitting the three is the sophomore guard Eli Yofan. We'll see more of him in future highlights, but the defense picked up after being down early to Woodland Hills. There's Deontay Williams with the steal and the bucket. This was a big point in the game, 10-point lead for the Foxes. Fight for the rebound, and let's look at Deontay Williams. Tapped it out, now slowly going to the three-point line. Good kick-out pass, and the three-pointer is pure. Here we see Yofan once again. Remember, just a sophomore, beautiful pass down into the paint. Woodland Hills coming back the other way. It's Jihad Denard, who got off to a slow start after his 22-point performance, gets the and one there. But in the end, it was just too much of the three ball for the Fox Chapel Foxes. Here we'll see their 6'4" senior guard Arnold Vinto hit one from deep. The Fox Chapel Foxes had a sweep over the Woodland Hills Wolverines in this home opening doubleheader. The team won by a score of 56-46 off a 16-point performance by Vento. Coach Scringer for the Foxes talked with us after the game and was pleased with his team's play style.
A lot of youth talent coupled with Vento and the senior leader. What are your expectations for this team moving on the rest of the season, and really what do you expect moving on here early in the season?
Just some of the same. We talk about our development. We don't want to be our best form now. Like you said, we got a good mix of old and young, which is really nice to coach. Our seniors doing a good job of leading these guys, and the younger guys are doing a good job of following. So just continuing to mature, get better every day, and then be our best towards the end of the season.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win, and good luck throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And for Fox Chapel, Coach Scringer has to be excited about the talent his team has, both by the youth and the experienced players. And the fact that everyone can shoot the three ball is going to be able to stretch out defenses throughout the season. So we're going to go ahead and take another break here from the Roxamore Report and bring you right back after this short break. After the Tuesday doubleheader, we were back in action. The women's basketball team for Woodland Hills back on the hardwood against the Oakland Catholic Eagles. We'll take you to the highlights now here on the Roxamore Report. Getting it done early and running the court were the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Beecham with the easy layup bucket there. But once again, the three-point shot was the kryptonite against the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Kick out three once again, that's good from downtown. Once again, going back inside, Joy Burley with the nice move and the foul. The Woodland Hills Wolverines won by a score of 59-42 over Oakland Catholic as they got off to a hot start on the season following the defeat to Fox Chapel. We're going to go ahead and take another quick break here from the Roxamore Report. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community, fundraiser, and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mary. I've been a member at Fit 4 Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit 4 Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit 4 Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
The Roxamore Sports Network ended the week on the road following the Woodland Hills Wolverines to Gateway High School. It was an OT thriller. As we got things started here, let's take you to the highlights. There was a lot of shooting, of course, from the Gators. Stevenson, the corner three. And this was a big player, Elgin Oliver, getting the rebound, kick out three after two missed free throws in a row. Elgin Oliver would come through in this game and play a huge impact as a stroke shooter for his team. And here comes the Wolverines after the turnover. That's Stevenson on the other side. Gonna try a three. That was Velton Kinney. We call this kid Velvet Velton because he's so smooth from downtown. We'll see more of him in this game. Right now, Velton Kinney, a deep three once again. And then the defense showing up for the Wolverines. In the second quarter, they really seemed down and out, but the team turned it around in the second half. Coming back for the answer. This is late in the fourth quarter. Game close. Velton Kinney getting on the ground and calling the timeout. What a defensive play for Velton Kinney, getting his team back the ball in the fourth quarter, which would soon send it to overtime. And here we go. Chance for the Wolverines to end it. Velton Kinney from three. No good. The tip, the putback, once again off the mark, and now from overtime. Woodland Hills down by 6 points. The away team, the fans were chanting, "This game's over," but it wasn't quite over yet as Velton Kinney hit that three. But at the end, Gateway would lose the game by a score of 36-33. So we're going to go ahead and take it to one more short break here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll be right back. It's that time here on the Roxamore Report for the play of the week. Let's see it now. Eli Yofan, who we mentioned earlier in the highlight, taking it full court, the Euro step and the finish with the left. Congratulations to Eli Yofan and the entire Fox Chapel team for being a part of this week's Play of the Week here on the Roxamore Report. And now let's take it to our final segment here of the show for the Ask Roxamore. Now we give fans a chance to chime in through our comment section and ask questions about the Woodland Hills Wolverines or the teams they're taking on. Our first question comes from John in Pittsburgh, where he said, "Why are the boys Woodland Hills team not getting any victories this season?" And my answer for John, it's because they're turning the basketball over too much. We heard it from Coach Verjanik. It is a young team and they are learning on the fly, but they have to take critical care of the ball whenever they have it. The less turnovers they have, the better chances they're going to have a win against these quality teams. And we saw it pay off against the Gators. Late in the game, they weren't turning the ball over, and that's how they found their way back into the game. And our next question comes from Vinny, also in Pittsburgh. He asked, what is the potential for the girls basketball team for Woodland Hills this season? And to that, Vinny, I say their potential is endless. They have shooters, they have an immense athletic ability on the offensive side, and then they also get it done on the defense. I really see this as a well-rounded team, and their loss to Fox Chapel was just by nature of playing another great team and not being able to finish. So that's why I think that the Woodland Hills women's team has a lot of potential this season and can definitely make it a long way going into the playoffs. So now that we have gotten through the Ask Roxamore section, we're going to go ahead and take it to a quick commercial before we wrap things up here on the Roxamore Report. We'd like to thank you for joining us on this week's installation of the Roxamore Report, brought to you by Cager's Custom Artwork. We'd also like to remind you to follow us on all of our social media, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Make sure you keep it tuned in there and check out our website for the schedule for next week's action that we will be covering on the Roxamore Report. So once again, I'd like to thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next time here from the Roxamore Sports Network.